Mafex Nightwing is arse. Sorry, wait, no. Mafex Nightwing, his arse, god damn. First of all, I want to apologise for the audio. I tried to use a microphone. This is what happened.
Wolverine, for some reason, of the two, is the one with the one.
But today we are reviewing TikTok's new favourite action figure, that is Mafex Nightwing. This figure is really nice. But he does cost quite a bit of money. And he doesn't come with all of that. Apart from, you know. The figure includes two heads. The first one that came on the figure, the neutral one, which is my favourite, unfortunately is the first bit of QC issue I had with this figure. It sits too high, he looks like a thumb. The skin tone for me is probably a bit too pale. I think it needs a wash. It just looks too ghostly. But I think the shading on the hair is really nice. The second head I actually use more frequently, even though I don't like it that much, just because it sits like someone else's actual head. I like the differentiation between the hair. I think that the new texture is really cool. But once again, he needs some vitamin D. Included in the box is an alternate back piece, which includes clips for some batons, which are also included. There's two variations on these, separated ones and ones with a metal wire in between. The metal wire on mine broke 3 times. I've had to re-glue it 3 times, and it just is, to be honest, unacceptable for the price of the figure and from a premium company. Then he also comes with some alternate hands to spin the batons, which is sick. The more creative accessories that I've gotten for a figure, I really like it. He comes with fists on in the package. He also gets alternate fists with holes in to hold the batons, a karate chopping action pair of hands, and 2 kind of open action hands, which you can use for vaulting, jumping, pretty much most things that you do with Nightwing, you'll be using that set of hands.
The footage now for this, and I forgot that he came with these relaxed hands. Ignore what I say about the accessories. He comes with the normal amount. I'm just annoyed about the paint situation, acting a little bit crazy. But this guy is so good. Get him if you can.
Now, speaking of things that you'd be doing with this Nightwing, his posability allows for the majority of those things. He has no fancy capes, no long hair, so nothing really restricts the articulation of the head space. He is quite well built, so in the arms you do get some limitation through that, along with in the legs. God damn. But overall, it's very satisfactory for the character. And when talking about the character, we have to talk about his appearance. Now, yes, it is close to the comics, but I feel like it isn't very premium. The paint is cheap. It's sloppily applied on the neck. It looks like Stevie Wonder himself painted it. And you can see spots on the blue parts where varnish hasn't even been applied, where it's been rubbed off, where there is no blue paint. Yes, it's small little bits here and there, but for the price I paid, I expect a lot better. Out of the box, I did have to loosen this guy, just so you're aware. I do this with all my Mafexes, with some hidden formula which none of you will ever know about. But his simple nature and lack of paint on the actual figure is very enticing to play with. There isn't that much that can be chipped off, so therefore when I'm playing with him, I don't really feel the need to watch out that much. Obviously, I'm still wary of scrapes and scratches, but I'm having a lot more fun with him than I have other recent Mafexes. But the lack of paint chipping anywhere else makes it much more apparent on those areas that have very little paint. He is really fun, he is really interesting to pose, and he looks great with the other Hush figure that I have, and he fits in really nicely, and I'm happy to finally have a Robin kind of character. I just find it more and more difficult to justify these high prices with the Mafex. Consider their Mafex X-Force Wolverine. Its companion piece, the X-Force Deadpool, comes with double the amount of accessories as that figure. It's a denser, heavier, higher quality figure, and for some reason out of the two of them, the Wolverine is the one that has the QC issues. Its shoulders loose, it's got black paint in the elbow, the legs are floppy as hell. It is really annoying that they keep getting away with this. I think as time goes on and they become more aware, and the more they ignore it, the more annoyed I get, and this is why I'm switching more and more to other companies, such as Rebeltech or Mezco. I just don't think it's an acceptable way to carry on. But I am getting their Batman, I am getting their Bane, I am getting their Daredevil. Of course I am, I'm not insane. Looks, I'm going to give this figure an 8. I just think, even though it's very close to the source material, I think a matte varnish would do the world of good. Skin tones needs to be changed, and the quality of the paint really needs to be upgraded.
Posability, I'm going to give him a 9. I think he does everything you need him to do. There's a few specialty joints that companies like Rebeltech have introduced, which allow him to get a bit more range, but to be honest, it's realistic enough. I'm happy with it. I'm going to give him a 7. I think he definitely needs a smirking head. Obviously, this one's got a little bit of a smile to it, but just something a bit more. He's a happy character, and there's just nothing really special with this figure. These accessories are cool, but I'd say they're almost mandatory for him. I want to give Nightwing a 7 out of 10. He's a really nice figure, just a little bit too expensive for my liking.
I do recommend this figure. He is really fun. He is one of the better Mafexes in terms of just flow and enjoyability. Thank you for watching. What do you guys think about this figure? I'm going to start doing longer form videos on here. Some of you may know me from the Clock app, but I've always enjoyed doing longer form content. So I hope to see you in the next one. See you later.